All right, and we're live. What is up, everyone, and welcome to episode 38 of the Random Encounter Podcast. I'm your host, James, and I'm joined by Big Mike.
Yo.
Phaneckswhy.
How's it going?
Ash.
Hey, what up, guys?
And today we got a random encounter. Why don't you introduce yourself?
Hey, guys, I'm your NPSensei here. And typically I'm on Twitch just streaming mobile games, talk about anime waifus, stuff like that. So if you're interested, come check me out. Other than that.
That's what NP stands for? Neck pillow?
Yeah, NPSensei.
I never knew that. Yeah.
No matter what I'm at.
Interesting. Okay.
Because I always saw you on there. I was like, oh, maybe you got like neck problems or something. So maybe
No. It's just I like to be mad comfortable at all times. I'm very lazy.
Yeah, I might have to
Hey,
do that.
nothing wrong with that, man.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Make your life easier.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
That's pretty dope. But we got a bunch of stuff to talk about today. We're gonna go deeper and talking into with NPSensei, kind of, going over what he does, what games specifically, ask him some questions, go down to the nitty-gritty and all that. But before we start that, let's get into a little bit of housekeeping there. Big shout out to all 304 subscribers on YouTube. We really appreciate you. Do not forget, we have the retro race this Friday, where it's going to be me, Ash, Fan, and Big Mike doing the race. Basically, we're competing against each other. We have a bunch of set of games from NES all the way to N64. So basically NES, SNES, Game Boy Advance, and N64. And I think we did Sega Genesis too, right? Yeah, and Sega Genesis. We're going to be racing each other to see who comes out on top. Definitely check us out on Friday. We'll be starting at 7 p.m. Eastern, all the way up till about 11 or until we're done. So yeah, we'll see who becomes the victor. And we got to figure out what the losers have to do. I mean, we all know I'm a win.
Is there going to be like, is it just like last place is a loser, or anyone who's not in first place is a loser? How we doing?
Come on, you know that. If you're not first, you're last.
Always.
Not
a winner, you're a loser.
Let's do it.
SA losers do like 20 push-ups.
20 push-ups? Yeah, there you go. That sounds good.
That's not nothing. Nah, it needs to be something worse, bro. Like they gotta eat like a ghost pepper
Planks?
on stream or something like
Ghost
that.
pepper,
Like,
bro. I read this work out, man.
There's gotta be something, bro. Like there has to be consequences to you being bad, bro.
You had to play 30 minutes.
What's up, Smash Mac?
Getting over it.
Yeah.
Getting over it.
Good over. Yeah, we'll have Smash Mac actually set up what the losers have to do. He's gonna be one of the moderators for the for there to make sure nobody cheats. Nobody has a save state that's already at the end of the level and just hopping through. So yeah, definitely check us out on Friday. It's gonna be a lot of fun. It's our celebration of technically getting 250 subscribers, but then we overkilled that and went to 304 subscribers. So we're pretty hyped at that. our
And
May
there's still like a
goal.
week left in the month, bro.
I know, right?
Yeah.
So our May goal is to get to 400 subscribers. You know, because if we can do at least 100 subscribers, a month in YouTube, that's gonna get us to that 1,000 subscriber mark. We're already more than halfway through in our viewing hours. We just need those subscribers. So definitely come out, share the stream with everybody, share the channel with everybody, and all that other fun stuff. Also, we are on Spotify, so this podcast will be on Spotify. So if you're watching right now on YouTube and you want to go over to Spotify, definitely go ahead and check us out on Spotify as well. A little bit easier there. I do have the video version on there as well. So if you prefer to watch the video on Spotify, go ahead. But this will be there as well. And lastly, I have one more thing to say. Actually, no. Oh yeah, our Amazon affiliate links. Always check our descriptions. We will have Amazon affiliate links on any game that we play. So if you're interested in the games we're playing, you can go ahead and buy it right there. Anything that you buy using those affiliate links to support us. If you don't buy those products, as long as you click on the link and buy something else, we still get, a cut of that, which is pretty nice. So that'll help us get, whatever games we need, any subscriptions we need to do certain things. Or maybe we go and team up with NPSensei and we do gacha games with him and we can get some of those as well. By the way, what was that game you were playing? Or it wasn't a game you were playing, but basically you were betting on something and it's like a fighting game?
That was Salty Bet for Mugen.
Yeah, it's pretty dope. I was watching that. I was like, is that a
Salty
fighting
bet,
game?
yeah, that's pretty.
Yeah,
Cool.
because it looked like Mugen. I was like, wait, is that Mugen? It's like, no, it's
Yeah,
not. Like, that's pretty dope.
And then if you go to their website, you can like bet money and stuff like that.
That's pretty dope. And
Like real money?
No. They give you like a standard currency, and then the more you bet, you win eventually and get more.
Yeah.
Right.
It's pretty cool though. I liked it. I was watching that. I was pretty hyped at seeing that. But yeah, let's get started with NPSensei. Let's talk about you, man. Let's talk about you. So
What do you want to know?
You came into our stream. You are a 200 subscriber, so we definitely appreciate you because you helped us hit our goal for what would have been February? No, March. I lie. That would have been from March. So we do appreciate that, man. But yeah, so talk about you. You play mobile games. What's your favorite mobile game?
My favorite mobile game right now, it was Higan, and it kind of still is Higan Ethereal. I know I just butchered that last one. They say it differently in the game, but it's pretty nice. I go for anything with waifus, pretty waifus, and I just drop money and for entertainment. And when I started to incorporate a little bit different things in my content, we do horror games now and just random any anime centric game. We do playthroughs, stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I noticed that you were playing what's that game called?
Demonologist.
Yes, Demonologist. Saw that, and then there was something else you were playing. Yesterday or 2 days ago. Devour. Yeah. How's that? How you liking that?
I don't like any of it actually, but I keep making sub goals and they keep hitting them, so I keep doing things for content.
Nice. We got another buddy who's a friend of the podcast, Raging Kodiak, and that's what he does. He plays only horror games, and he's gotten there. And for everybody watching, go ahead and check out his what's it called, his channel as well. He does a lot of horror games. That's all he does is horror games, and I believe he's a partner for Demonologist, so he does a lot of stuff for them there. Nice. But yeah, so you don't like Genshin. Before the podcast, we were talking about this. You don't like Genshin at all.
You see, I am a advocate for the auto button.
Okay.
I like to play idly and do other things, or maybe run 3 mobile games at the same time. Triple your profits.
Yeah,
makes sense.
Yeah, and when you don't have that, and I actually have to pay attention, and then especially if the gameplay is slow, and then I have to switch characters. And match that. You see, I don't like to think. It's just
you just want to be like.
I am. I was doing this playthrough earlier of Kakarot, and I was like, you know what, guys? No side missions. Main goal all the way through. RPG.
Well,
it's a trip.
I agree with you. Like, I've been playing Kakarot and I haven't been able to finish it because there's that part of me that wants to do these side goals, but it's like these are boring. Like, I just want to do the main story and go through it. Yeah, exactly. So I agree with you. Like, because Kakarot, I want to do the side missions because the world is beautiful. Like, the open world they create, it's amazing and stuff like that. But it's like, I don't know,
with the PS5 update that they did.
Yes, everything looks a lot better. Yeah, I love that. Like, that game is probably one of the best looking. Well, I mean, there's that between that and Fighters. Like, Fighters is really nice too. That whole style. Like, we were talking about it on your stream with what's it called, Grand Blue Fantasy. That's the same thing. Like, I love the anime like art style that they use. All of the what is the name? Arc Systems games. There we go. There's just Guilty Gear, all that. I
Yeah,
love
they're
their art
beautiful.
style. Such good games, yeah. But man, I'm disappointed, man. I like Genshin Impact. I enjoy it, you know.
I'm not
Uh,
saying it's
uh,
the worst mobile game out there. It's
Mhm.
just it could be better.
Yeah. Do you like
I
Genshin,
agree.
Ash?
Oh, I love Genshin, but
Yeah.
like what MP said, it could be way better. There's certain things that they need to do, which is basic, like giving us an entire roadmap and what they're
Mhm.
going to put in the game. They never done that ever since the game came out. Just bullshit.
What do you
Oh,
mean?
Do you know why
let me
though?
slow down.
Do you know
so
why though?
no, you can explain that. MP.
I have a theory. I'm not gonna say
Oh,
it's
a
fact,
theory.
but as a well endowed like in-depth mobile game player as I am, it's because they want you to spend all your money first, and then
Fair,
because
yeah.
they don't want to tell you if it's good or not, because then you might not drop more money on this current section that they have open. So they want you to spend all your money there, and then they will release the next part, whether it's good or bad.
Yeah.
You already spent your money. But yeah,
Yeah. Well,
That
I
makes sense.
agree. As a game as a service, right, or monetization, right, they're gonna do that because they want you to continue playing the game. So why give you everything at once when we can give you bits and pieces? Street Fighter 6 is like that, which we'll talk about later, but they kind of did the same thing.
Which I'm not
Uh,
surprised about.
but you know,
it does look good though.
yeah, it
Oh, it
does.
does. It does.
But like, you know, monetization, right? That's been a thing that a lot of games have been doing ever since the 360 era, right? You know, you'll have remember the whole Marvel vs. Capcom fiasco that all the DLC characters were already on the disc and you had to pay
Mhm.
to unlock them. Like that was
I
you know, a lot
forgot
of people
about
were
that.
complaining
Wow.
about that. Yeah, because I've never
Yeah.
I never remember never forget that because I'm like, man, like you kidding me? Like all these characters are in there, but you're just basically paying for like a product key to unlock it. It's crazy. It kind of sucks.
DLC used to be to fix the game.
Yeah.
You know,
Or
you used
to
to send
add
out
to
like
the game, right? Like
yeah,
you'll
or to
get
add, like actually add something. Yeah.
yeah, not hide stuff behind the game. But yeah, with Genshin, I understand that. Like I kind of I get it in a business standpoint. Yeah, you don't want to show off everything. You're gonna do bits and pieces, kind of like an MMO. Final Fantasy 14 has gone through different things, right? They have different expansion packs. You hear about these other areas, but you don't get to go to them till later. So it's very similar.
I feel like Final Fantasy double dips.
You think so?
Because they get your subscription fee, and then they're
Yeah,
like, "Yo, we have a store."
yeah,
It's not
that
only are
is.
you paying to play the
You're
game,
you
but
are
you're
right.
paying me more to get in the store.
You are right. They have that. Then I actually stopped playing Final Fantasy before they added that store, and then they added and they have all these like mounts and all these other like glamour armors
E-
and stuff like that.
Every
Yeah,
all MMOs do that though. 'Cause WoW does the same thing too.
yeah,
Yeah,
Like they got a subscription fee, and then you got to buy like all the cool stuff.
yeah. Final Fantasy 11 never had that. Well, at least I don't
Yeah,
know.
but that
Like
was
maybe
before like
that's true.
modern day like BS that goes on.
Yeah,
see, Guild Wars 2 might be ugly, but at least you know you could pay $100, get everything, and you know don't have a subscription after that.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's that. But yeah, other than that, are you excited for Wuthering Waves or not
Wuthering
your
Waves?
style? Because it looks like it's more action based, so it's not one of those that has auto
Yeah, you
battle.
see, I have this like banned game that I have to play because again, my community, you know, loves to torture me. Called Punishing Grey Raven. It's actually it's a lot like that. And it's the action RPG style for a mobile game that's better on the touchpad, but I play on PC, so it's garbage. And so no, I'm not excited, but yes, I will try it. Mm.
Well, why not plug in like a phone to like a capture card or
Oh,
anything like that?
because they have the little bubble system.
Okay.
Oh, you mean like my phone? Oh, I
Yeah,
don't
your
know.
phone to a capture card and then you capture it that way.
Oh, funny story is I'm actually having trouble right now because I use the 4K cam link thing,
Yeah.
and then I have the capture card as well. But because I don't know if it's a PC issue or like the capture cards aren't reading each other,
Mm-hmm.
but now that I've plugged in the cam link, my capture card no longer reads on my PC, so I can't play
Hmm.
like any other system but my PC.
Huh.
Oh,
That's
It's
interesting.
it's weird.
That is weird.
Man, are you using both a cam link or a capture card, or you just have the capture card
I've got both.
and it's working for you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he might be the guy that you want to talk to off stream and see if he can help you like troubleshoot that.
before we proceed, I want to ask you a question, MP. Since you love basically going AFK, do you like the mobile game called AFK Arena? I'm curious.
Okay, you see, I have respect for it. I don't like the chibi art style, but they added my favorite anime light novel and manga, Overlord, as
Oh,
as the event
Overlord.
character.
Okay. I
Yeah,
didn't
yeah,
know.
yeah. That's why I
Okay.
keep this little guy by me, because he reminds me of Vines. So I
Oh,
do have
man.
mad respect for it. It's just it's not interesting to watch. Like sometimes I like to watch it go, and that's just.
Okay.
But no, I've tried it. It's great.
Interesting. All right. Cool.
Yeah, I haven't seen Overlord yet, so I gotta watch that.
Good.
It's good.
Good
Yeah.
stuff. Good stuff.
Man,
Man.
I'm like the
good.
only one that hasn't seen
If
it.
you love RPGs, like
Yeah.
I mean,
it's good.
the anime is
I-
way past the manga, but that's because it's going based
Yeah.
off the light novel.
If
Okay.
MP's in the waifus, I can see why he loves Overlord too, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
It's
man.
definitely up there.
Yeah.
Like,
That and if y'all haven't seen it, The Imminence in Shadow is also pretty good.
Oh man, that
I
was
heard
good.
that was good. I haven't watched that
I
yet.
haven't
That's
seen
also a
that.
mobile game.
I just started watching Chainsaw Man.
Was it
yesterday, actually.
Chuyun? What they call them? Chuyun bees? Those guys, like the characteristic of people who like
Oh,
have that dark like energy
yeah,
type
yeah,
like,
Chernobyl.
mindset. Yeah, that,
Yeah,
yeah,
Chernobyl. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
That's
It's
pretty
funny.
much what he emulates. It's just hilarious.
Yeah, I got a lot of catching up to do when it comes to like anime. Like the last thing I was really into was like Shield Hero, but I haven't even watched season 2 yet. Because then One Piece got me hooked, and I've been starting from scratch. But I'm on like episode 250 right now, somewhere around there. So,
You
just
got a bit to
another.
go.
I know, just another like 800,
They
900
be also
episodes.
they launch them. They launch them at you every season. It's like
Yeah.
remember we used to get anime like we get 9 a year.
Yeah,
Yeah, pretty
We're
much.
getting 27 every season.
that's what I'm
Like,
saying. Like, so like
crazy.
when I
Gotta love
was
the- gotta love the
young,
internet.
Yeah,
when-
Hey,
yeah.
man, I'm all for it. Hey, man.
so when
I love it, but it's like it's hard to get to.
Yeah, when I
yeah,
was-
it's hard to
much,
watch them
bro.
all.
when I was young, I remember like Toonami. Like you would just look at Toonami, watch whatever was on Toonami, and that's it. And then YouTube came out, and it was like, oh, you want to watch this? Go to YouTube and watch it on there. And that's how I started watching Naruto. Naruto had just gotten to the Chunin exams in Japanese, so they had just started. So like I caught up over there. And of course, at that time you would download using LimeWire. You would download episodes and stuff
Dude,
like that.
there was this website I used when I was younger. It was called tailedfox.tv or something like
Yeah.
that. And it was just Naruto. Like it would come, they would post like the most
Oh,
recent
I
episode,
remember
like,
that because they had a
I
Dragon
looked
Ball
through
Z
remember
like
that too.
affiliate site too. They had
Yeah,
only Dragon
like-
Ball Z episodes. I remember that.
Yeah, because that's
Oh,
what I
that
used because it was the
place.
most
Got it,
recent
okay.
Naruto. They would post the most recent episode like 24 hours after it
Yeah.
aired in Japan or
Okay,
something.
so it was the same one I'm thinking of because I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
weren't they like super updated?
Yeah.
It was insane.
So like you were literally like 3 years ahead of Toonami. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, Toonami was way behind. It took because
Because
when
they would
it-
dub it and all that stuff, and they would take forever.
yeah, well, it didn't launch on Toonami till like a year. I think after it finished in Japan, that's when it actually launched on Toonami, if I'm not mistaken.
the
'Cause
original Naruto.
yeah,
Yeah.
'cause-
There's
yeah, it-
commercials on that website too.
there's because I remember watching the Dragon Ball Z. I think it's a Dragon Ball Z affiliate, or it might be just a Dragon Ball Z separate one. But I used to watch that because I love the Bruce Faulkner music version of Dragon Ball Z, and props. I like the Japanese music as well, but the Bruce Faulkner version is more nostalgic for me because I watched it through Toonami, and that was like the only place to get it because there was like a big going out between the two, between Funimation and Bruce Faulkner. So like they had to redo the series using the dub, but they had to cut out the music and use the original soundtrack and like all this other stuff. So, but yeah, good website, good times, man. Those were the days.
Back in the day, bro. I was like 16
Scavenger
at the
days.
time or something. Like
Yeah.
that was like
Yeah, but then like after that is when like because YouTube opened up my eyes for like all types of anime. I watch The Melancholy Life of Harui's. I
Oh,
forgot
you
her
seen that?
name. Oh yeah, I watched that when I first came out.
Suzumiya.
Yeah, I watched that when I first came out, man. Like I was like,
Dude,
oh
yeah.
okay, this is cool.
That was a good freaking show, man.
Gundam. I mean, there's a bunch of
Too
stuff
many
I watch on
Gundams.
there.
There's too many
Yeah.
Gundams.
I need,
Uh,
I
It
need
was
to
on
catch up
it was
a
on
lot of anime,
240p,
man.
360p.
One
and
too
stuff.
many.
Gundam is
Yeah.
like Final Fantasy. You
Yeah.
know, like it's everything is its own separate individual universe. And it's
Not
just
everything.
So many of them.
Not everything. There's the UC Century. There's the Cosmic Era. So, excuse me. Those are two separate universes, but they're all the same. Hey, Naruto's in.
So many different ones.
Who doesn't like One Piece?
The one going on right now is like so different.
The Witch of
Gundam?
Mercury. Yeah,
The Witch Mercury. Yeah.
yeah. I gotta watch that too. That's
I haven't
on
watched
my list.
Gundam in probably like 10 years, dude. I'm so behind on it.
There's a lot to watch.
I mean,
Yeah.
If there's
you
one
can pick
Gundam
one,
series,
you're not going to lose out on any of them.
well, if there's one that I
Yeah.
would recommend that's kind of more modern anime-ish, because Gundam's really like political, But there's
Yeah.
one that has like a modern anime tone. It's going to be the Iron-Blooded Orphans.
Yeah.
Like
I
Yeah,
heard
it's
I
that
knew,
one
I
was
knew we were
good.
gonna mention that one.
yeah,
I
that is
don't
it's
feel-
very dark tone. It's very that is a separate Gundam universe, so you don't have to watch any of the other Gundams. But like the whole story and the pacing is amazing. Like it's an amazing one. Highly recommend. I know MP don't like mech anime, but I
No,
highly
no.
recommend Iron Blooded Orphans, man.
But there's one I gave a chance, and I'm trying to remember the name right now.
Please
It's
say
with
the
Zero
name.
Two. It's with
Oh,
Zero Two.
Dang it! It's Darling in the Franxx.
Darling Franks.
Darling,
Yes.
Darling
Okay.
Franks, yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, 'cause Zero
man,
Two is
that
a
was
waifu.
I was hoping
I
you'd say
wasted.
waifu.
I
no, dude.
wasted.
I was hoping
What
you
is
were
it?
saying
12.
saying Gurren Lagann. It was the best one.
No,
Gurren
okay. I
Lagann's
never finished.
dope.
I never finished Girl Logan because I'm
Oh,
really
that's
not a
one of my
mecha guy.
favorite
I'm really not a
animes.
mecha guy. But I saw Darling in the Franxx, and I said this might be the one. And then it wasn't at the end, and it really it turned me off for the rest of my life. I think I'm good now.
I mean,
I
you're
think
only there
it's
for Zero Two, and that's really it.
yeah. And then you know what happened with that.
Yeah.
I don't know which one that is. I'm gonna have to look that up.
I
See what
mean-
that
Yeah,
one
well,
is.
talk about
if-
waifus. Who's your top waifu?
That will be Shinobu.
Okay.
Oh,
Or,
from
Demon
Demon Slayer,
Slayer,
right?
yeah.
No, 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 no.
Liar.
It's from the Monogatari series. Her name is
Okay.
Kishad Uraran Underblade.
What's her
but
hair color?
She's blonde.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. No, she got nicknamed Shinobu during some happenstance
Okay.
inside the
Okay.
story.
Got it.
But yeah,
Yeah, I haven't heard that one either. See, I got a lot of catching up to
very
do.
good.
Yeah,
It's-
I haven't heard of
it's
that
a lot
one
of
at all,
talking.
bro.
it's a lot. It's like a ghost, aberration type thing. You know,
Yeah,
mystery.
that's the best way to put it. Yeah.
Interesting. I gotta look that up.
Ghost monster / yokai type.
Mm-hmm.
type thing, yeah.
Very slice of lifey plus some extra.
I like slice of life. Slice of life's gonna be pretty good. I got my wife to actually. Well, they're not slice of life, but like she's gotten a little bit more and more into anime more recently. It started off with the studio Ghibli, or is it Ghibli or Ghibli? I keep forgetting how people pronounce it, but
Ghibli.
I showed her Princess Mononoke, like amazing, and then we just went like on a whole like tour of just watching all that stuff, and then she started watching DBZ. She was watching like One Piece and stuff like that. So she's slowly getting into there. She's watching the basic like introduction animes, and then we'll go from there and see what we can find.
Get them hooked first, and then be like, "All right, I'm gonna show you the real stuff."
Exactly. So
Yeah.
I just understand like goes full speed ahead, all the crazy stuff. She was watching. Surprisingly, I came home and I was like, "Who's watching this?" She had Gintama on. I was
Oh,
like, "What?"
Gintama?
Yeah, I was like,
okay.
I was like,
That's
"What?"
funny,
I was like, "I've only watched a couple
That's-
things, a couple episodes of those." But she was watching. I was like, "Okay." And she's like, "Yeah, I don't know. Is it good?" I was like, "I had never watched the whole thing, but I've heard good things about it." So, oh
It's
man,
one of those just like it's just fun to watch. It's just-
exactly.
it's
It's like
entertaining.
it's like
No.
satirical /
Yeah.
serious at the same time. I love the satirical parts of it because it pretty much makes fun of anything shonen, pretty
Yeah.
much, which I love. So it's great.
I can tell you what's not fun to watch. And that would be One Piece. I
Man,
feel bad
no!
for anybody who watches One Piece. Now, I'm a big advocate for the manga, but oh my goodness,
Well, I'm
the
following.
weight
I'm doing
and the
both.
uselessness, other than if you want to see a fight animated of the anime, especially until you get to Wano. Like,
I'm
I
just
just-
waiting for them to hurry up and get to the Kaido fight.
I mean, at that point, you can say that for any anime, I would say.
I mean,
right?
aren't they
No,
doing the
One
Kaido
Piece
fight
is
already
special.
on the anime?
I
'Cause
don't.
that-
I don't.
I saw a bunch of like YouTube clips from Crunchyroll because you know how they put like clips of anime and they
But-
showed Luffy. It might not be the final fight, but I know there's
it's still dragging on.
If
We've
anything, you
been
should
out
be
of
more
Still
sorry for
dragging
Naruto
on.
fans.
We've been out of Wano for like a year in the manga. That's why I feel so bad because I want to
Oh.
express my love and I can't
Yeah,
because everybody's so far behind.
I know. Vegapunk, just hurry up and get there.
Like,
Yeah.
yes,
yeah, because Wano's been happening for quite some time in the anime, right? Like,
yeah, it's been maybe 2 years.
It's so slow paced.
yeah, because I remember it might have been, yeah, you're right, about
No,
2 years because I remember
it's 2
seeing
years
that
plus.
the samurai outfit. I was like, oh, that's pretty dope. Like, what is that? And then, the next thing I was like, he's still wearing the samurai outfit. Like, what's going on? Well, now he has a different outfit. He has the black like coat, like Shanks coat,
Mm.
almost like hanging on him and stuff like that. Which is actually my subscriber stuff when it comes up. It's
Okay.
that one because I think he looks pretty
Nice.
dope. Naruto says mid-tama threw me off when he spit on Naruto book. I saw
Mid-tama.
it from a clip. Oh man.
See,
Oh
he
man.
was just showing who's the better series, but yeah, Naruto
Uh,
got ruined.
Shout out
after
to
that one.
Naruto. He brings laughs. He's called mid piece, mid tama. Everything's mid to
Mid-piece, I
him. Yeah, he
forgot
called
about
him
that.
mid piece.
Mid-piece.
Oh man.
I cry, man.
But we're not an anime podcast. I apologize for that. We did go on a rant on anime. Let's get into some of the smaller news we got going on in the gaming world. Dead Island 2 release. It's actually getting some decent reviews. I know, like Mike, you were talking about thinking that it might be, the reviews might be mid, but I guess
It seems
surprisingly,
mid.
it
Like
still seems mid. Yeah.
yeah. From everything I've watched, it's like the gameplay is great, but the story's not there. So like, if you just want a game where you go around and kill zombies in, like a modern day like California, like it's for you. But
I
if you're
heard
looking for
that-
something like with story and stuff, no.
I heard that even when it comes to killing the zombies, there's not like much out there. Like it's kind of empty.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. So
Which,
it's
I
not.
know,
haven't
it's
played
hard
it
to.
because like that's why the reviews I've been seeing have been like a solid 7. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like for most everybody, I feel like it's one of those games where you just like you play it for like 3 hours and you're like, all right, what next? Like because it's
I'm
not
gonna
gonna
wait
be
for it on
good.
sale. When
Yeah,
it's
pretty
Yeah,
much.
20
Yeah,
hours.
yeah.
Yeah, it's probably a pass for me. I'm probably not getting
Or
it day
Game
one.
Pass it.
yeah.
Yeah,
Game
if it
Pass
comes
it.
to Game Pass, yeah, that's true. Hi-Fi Rush controversy. This one was actually kind of funny because Jez Corden reported that Hi-Fi Rush was not a success. It didn't sell well, and Microsoft was seeing it as a failure. And then Aaron Greenberg, who does like all the Xbox marketing, goes ahead and tweets back, Hi-Fi Rush was a breakout hit for us and our players in all key measurements and expectations. We couldn't be happier with what the team at Tango Gameworks delivered with the surprise release. So it's like, who's lying? Is Aaron Greenberg lying or is Jez Corden lying?
Well, I mean, it reviewed great across the
Mhm.
board, so I don't know.
I just don't think it hit like a wide enough audience because it's not a like a typical game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not a shooter. It was actually different, and wasn't promoted.
I think it probably did good for its like niche. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's like spot. Like it probably did great. For like the audience they were going for with it.
Well, yeah, and at the same time, I'm wondering, are they talking about like sales of Hi-Fi Rush?
I'm assuming
'Cause-
sales, to be
'cause if
honest.
it's-
Wasn't it on Game Pass too though?
Exactly, that's what
Mhm.
I'm saying. So like,
Yeah.
if it's on Game Pass, who's gonna buy it? Because I think we all of us here. Do you have Game Pass, NPSensei?
I have
You
it.
do? Yeah. So like, we all have Game Pass here. It's like, why would I buy the game? Unless you want to play it on the Steam Deck, I guess that's really the only reason. But other than that, there's no reason to buy the game. So I can see that, and I think Microsoft themselves have said too that Game Pass does hurt video game sales, which makes sense because you're not subscribing to play a game and buying the same game at the same time. That's just a waste of money right there. Unless you're.
But I still think they
Mhm.
make more money with Game Pass because there's so many more people subscribe to Game Pass than
Yeah.
people who buy games. You know what I mean? Like
That I would disagree because when it comes to like the sales, right, you got a lot of people subscribing, but they also have to use that money too to pay the developers for all the games that go on there. So it's kind of like a give and take, right?
but a bigger pool of people will pay $15 a month than
Mhm.
60 to play a game.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? Like, so
Yeah.
I think at the end of the day, you have more people subscribing to Game Pass.
Mhm.
So in the end, it's a lot more smaller sales, which is going to be bigger than like one big sale.
Okay.
Wouldn't it work
know
the
what I
same
mean?
way that like HBO Max does it? Like let's say a movie releases straight to HBO Max,
Yeah.
and never hits theaters. Like it's just a certain percentage gets paid out to the people who made the movie, but you're not paying anything for the movie. You're just using the subscription. And there's a big controversy with that as well.
Yeah, well, because that was one thing. Like even Disney said it that putting their movies directly on Disney Plus was actually hurting overall like revenue, and then that was the issue. That's why they are now putting everything in movie theaters outside of COVID not being
Well, you
mainstream
also-
or anything like that.
Well, you
Yeah,
got to think with a streaming service like it's $10 a month and 10 people can watch it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like
Mhm.
where versus, movie theater, it's, like $20 a ticket. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so I think that's a little bit different because with Game Pass it's pretty much just you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so you're paying
Yeah.
$15
yeah,
and you can't really you can buy like family plans and stuff
Yeah.
now, but
yeah. I mean, from the consumer side of things, like Game Pass is a great deal, right? I would argue too that I think PlayStation Plus, they're the mid tier, not the high tier, the one with the classic, because I think that's trash. but the mid tier is actually a pretty good deal too, because there's actually a lot of great games that are on PlayStation Plus as well. But that being said, as well, like I feel like maybe if you're a first party studio, you're not losing as much money, but if you're a third party studio, you're probably losing more. Because let's say, for example, let's say Final Fantasy 16 is not multi-platform, but let's pretend Final Fantasy 16 was both on Xbox and PlayStation, and people decide to play it on Game Pass, right? That's a lot of $60 sales that they potentially could have had for people buying it day one, because that's a very hyped game. But now it's on Game Pass, so I think technically they're losing revenue stream versus smaller like indie developers and maybe games that are not as popular. It helps out in the long run because they're getting an upfront sum of that game. So like, because I know a lot of indie developers say Game Pass is great. It's usually like third party, or not third party, but like major studios have been saying that Game Pass is not as good.
I don't think so, because like I said, not a lot of people can afford to blow $60 on a game day one. You know what I mean? Like, so it's like all those people are buying Game Pass to play, so they're getting that $15 subscription.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But do we know how much of that
$15 is being spread?
The thing is,
Yeah.
cost of entry.
Well, I
sorry.
think I'm not sure how they do it, but it's still like a bigger pool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so it's still a bigger pool of people, and they're still getting that $15.
Yeah. Yeah, well that's I get what they're saying, because it's kind of the same thing. Like $15. Let's say there's 2 million people with Game Pass. If anybody wants to do a calculator, I'm not doing 15 times 2 million. That's what, like 30 million right there.
30
right?
million.
Yeah, so yeah, 30 million there. So you got to spread that around. I don't know how many games they have on Game Pass, like 300 people, right? And then I guess we don't know what deals they have, right? Is it like depending on how many times the game is played, how many people are actually using it,
Well,
stuff
I don't
like
even
that.
think
Like
that metric is out. Like, I don't even think they discuss how they track it. Like, or
they
how
don't,
spend
they
the money.
haven't openly
So-
discussed it. Everybody's just assuming based
that's
off
the
of
thing,
streaming
like,
services.
Even though
I
we know
think-
it's $15 a month, we don't know exactly how much of that 15
It
that
has
Microsoft
to
is
be
actually
like
making.
the game that's downloaded, not because it's on there. So your game's on Game Pass, right?
Yeah, or
So
streamed.
it's kind yeah, like, you know what I mean? Like, I think it's every time your game's downloaded or streamed, they probably have to pay Microsoft, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
X amount of money or whatever.
Yeah, or just
I
like
would
hey,
think they would
like,
still Microsoft would still have to pay the developer if the game is
Oh,
on
that's
Game
what I
Pass,
meant,
just
yeah.
having it on there, just having it on Game
well,
Pass.
I'm assuming
They
it's
have
like
to pay
a
them something just to have it put on there.
Well, it's
And then-
so it's like a U-Haul truck. You have to rent the truck. You know what I mean? You pay $20 a day, but then they charge you for mile.
The U-Haul's a
You know what I
franchise.
mean?
That company is buying those trucks, right?
But
so they're
no,
still paying
see,
something.
you're going
to
too
someone.
deep. Like, you're going to. I'm just saying, like the game's on Game Pass, so they probably have to pay an initial fee, and then every time it's downloaded, then they have to pay more. You know what I mean?
So like they hit a
Yeah.
threshold, like let's say like 1,000 people download the game, so then they get like more money versus somebody who they paid up front and they only had like 5 people play their game. They don't get any extra.
Right.
Kind of like that. That's what like Mike's saying, which yeah, I get that. But I guess we don't know the ins and out. I mean, there's some people who believe like Mike that Game Pass is really good. There's other people who are saying it's not that good. I mean, I guess we would never know, right? Until Microsoft flat out says it.
Start with them having controversial opinions to each other.
Yeah. It's been like that for a while. Like nobody knows. It'll be interesting to see if somebody can get down.
So they're not getting like any more Games Pass subscribers.
Yeah, it's actually gone down.
So-
They've lost subscribers. But I mean,
there's no games on it no more. That's why.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like,
to reference,
in order to have like a streaming service, you have to have streaming content. You know, it's like
I mean, they try to push Persona, but Persona's been out for a long.
I'm surprised that
Yeah.
I'm surprised that went on Game Pass, to be honest with you.
I
'cause
mean,
that game's already been played so many times by many other people. So
and to be fair, yeah, people like Mike who love Persona, but it's like, why get it on Game Pass? Play on Game Pass. I could just buy it on my Steam Deck.
Like if I love Persona, I already have it somewhere else.
Yeah.
like, already
Yeah.
have it 2 times already. So
Yeah.
it is what it is.
I'm the same way.
Once they integrate, I think once they integrate like a native client to like a Steam Deck or something, I think Game Pass is probably going to blow up again. 'Cause
yeah.
then you can play like Game Pass games on the go.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
so then you don't have to buy any like single file games. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Because there's a lot of great
Individuals.
games on Game Pass, but the biggest thing is like I have an Xbox Series X, but I barely touched it. I think the last time I touched it was last week, just to play Sonic Unleashed for a little bit, and that was it. And then since then, I think the last time I touched it was like a year ago almost, because there's nothing I really care for. But to quote Naruto, he says, I got an Xbox and I'm still waiting for a great game, you know?
Same, bro. Same.
Yeah. If you own a PC, you do not need an Xbox at all.
Yeah.
Get anything else but please.
Is the Game Pass on Xbox and PC still different, or are they releasing the same games now? Because I remember there was a time where it was like,
It's
It's-
around the same now.
Yeah.
yeah,
There's really not much of a difference. And if it is, just buy it on Steam. It's like five. If they're giving out a game like that, it's probably like $5.
Yeah.
yeah.
That is
GG
true.
got deals, bro. Best website
Mhm.
ever made. Like,
But yeah, I mean, and also to quote like Xbox, like my biggest thing with Game Pass though, Hi-Fi Rush is a great game. I played it for a little bit. It's definitely good. Oh, we got a follower, Igni. I can't pronounce it.
Ignite Vision.
There you
Oh,
go.
Ignite.
There you go.
yeah.
Ignite Vision for the follow.
There we go.
Appreciate it. Thanks for coming out.
Thanks.
But yeah, like I forgot my train of thought. I heard the beat. I was like, what, who followed? Yeah, when it comes to like Game Pass and everything like that, I guess like the biggest thing with that, it's like they have some decent games, but they're not like my games, right? And I think that's the biggest issue because I love Japanese games. Like Japanese games to me are just I like them better than Western games, and they don't get much of that. And when they do, is like, why would I play it on there when I already have it? Because it's been on PlayStation already for a couple of years already. Persona, right? Good example. Persona 4 Golden was already on Steam. Why would I want to play it on the Xbox? Or I have the Vita version. Why do I need it on Xbox? Persona 5 Royale was already on PlayStation.
That's just to get to more people.
That's
So
true.
you gotta think like kids in their teens.
Yeah.
Like it's either they ask their parents for an Xbox or PS5. They're probably not
Yeah.
gonna get both. You know what I mean? Like so, it kind of gets the games more exposure.
Yeah.
You know what I
So-
mean? Like to a wider audience.
So then let me ask you guys this then. Do you think, because I feel that Xbox's demographic are not people who play Japanese-centric games. Like they
I
don't
disagree.
play. You disagree? Because
100%.
to me, I think that's where like people buy PlayStation because they know they're gonna get, Grand Blue Fantasy. They're gonna get, the Dragon Ball games. They're gonna
I
get
feel
Final
like
Fantasy.
I feel like it's
all that
pretty
stuff.
even now because
feel like
I've been on
yeah.
Xbox since because I used to have Xbox to play Halo, and a lot of the people I played with were into like JRPGs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
Like I was about to say, Halo was big. Okay, so everybody in
Yeah.
Xbox's own line was just way better than Sony's. So it was leagues ahead of it, like the communication. And then I feel like if anybody owns an Xbox now, they probably have a Switch just to get that itch of a JRPG or whatsoever.
yeah,
Like now they still
agree with
love their Japanese games. It's just they didn't want to go out and sell out to say I got a PlayStation.
yeah.
No one wants to admit that.
Or they
I
got
would
a
say
Steam Deck or
Xbox
something. You
better
know
controller.
what I mean? Like I don't know.
Yeah, and that's another thing because like before, like it used to be like PlayStation was the place to go, and then Nintendo kind of took it over with the Switch, and now like Steam is just getting everything. It's like, oh, you don't want a Switch, you don't want a PlayStation? Well, here we got you. We got everything now that's out there. Like every game that's pretty much launching on PlayStation is now on PC as well. Every not first party, but every second party like Nintendo game that comes out or third party Nintendo game that comes out is pretty much coming out on Switch as well. Like we just got Live Alive coming to PC and PlayStation. That's another big one. So yeah, I guess it's a mix, but there's some games that are still missing out. And actually, we're gonna talk about that because that's part of the small news. There's Trinity Trigger, which is a cool Secret of Mana like game. That's also that comes out April 25th, and it's a Japanese RPG action like. So if you never played Secret of Mana, think Zelda but with RPG mechanics and old school Zelda, not like Breath of the Wild or anything like that. But that's coming out only on PS4, PS5, Switch, and Steam. No Xbox. So to me, it's like it goes back to that demographic. Like, are Xbox players actually playing these games? Dragon Quest was on there for a minute, and I remember seeing like a lot of the achievements I got on there because I just replayed it. Like I was getting, how you get if there's a rare achievement, that means like there's not a lot of people who got that achievement. Almost every achievement was rare achievement, and that just shows you not a lot of people were playing the game. Versus PlayStation. They sold quite a lot, and of course Nintendo, they sold quite a lot as well.
Yeah, I always see PlayStation as like the dudes who play hardcore Call of Duty get. That's how I always saw PlayStation. I've never seen
Really?
PlayStation as like a JRPG. Yeah,
I feel like
because Call of Duty
Xbox
was always
picked it late.
Xbox 360. Like
no, it was PlayStation. They always got the exclusives on PlayStation.
Yeah,
No.
I remember.
To this
what was
day,
it?
yeah.
Call of Duty
No,
3 and
360.
Black Ops was huge on PlayStation.
No,
Yeah.
360 first. I guarantee you that if you look at it, it was 360 first.
For the past like 10 years, dog. I'm telling you, it came
Since-
out on PlayStation
Since
first.
PS4. Since PS4, yes.
Because
Because I remember the whole thing, because the whole reason why I rebought Black Ops 1 and 2 because I had it on PlayStation. Now I rebought it on 360 was because all the maps were coming out first on Xbox 360, and then they came out on PlayStation 3. And then when PS4 came out, Sony bought the rights to the exclusive stuff, or not the exclusive, but like the first. They got first dibs on everything that came out on Call of Duty.
Other than
But
Black Ops 3, did Call of Duty ever have like a console collab with Xbox at all?
what do you mean, like console collab? Like,
Because like
don't
typically
think
when there's
so.
like when there's a hype, like they make a special edition console. Kind of
oh,
like
I get what
how
you're saying. Yeah.
for that. Like the only one I remember is for Black Ops 3 and Call of Duty.
Yeah, that's
Like
what
Advanced, I
popularity's
think
been out
Advanced
like
Warfare.
Advanced Warfare. That might have been the one.
I think Advanced Warfare had an Xbox One like that they did.
But you
I'm
look at
not 100%
PlayStation, and
sure though.
PlayStation every year, every Call of Duty
Yeah,
game that comes out, they're
Yeah.
like, here you go.
Yeah,
I
since
have to double
PS4,
check
because
that. I'm not sure.
I remember they paid money to get exclusive rights, and they even made the esports like Call of Duty switch over from Xbox 360 to PlayStation 4, but now it's PC because now they're all doing PC now on there. But I remember all that happening because that, like I said, I specifically remembered it with my 360. I rebought Call of Duty Black Ops 1 and 2 on 360 just to get the maps earlier on there. But yeah, like I said, like I've always seen, like PlayStation's always been the JRPG machine. PlayStation 1, right? PlayStation 2, Xbox had what Xbox One or Xbox Original, not one, but Xbox Original had like no JRPGs. Nothing I
That
can
was
think of
also
at
like
least.
an experiment. That was like their first like
Yeah.
go to, and they at that point they were just trying to appeal to more of a Western audience.
Yeah. And
And
then
I feel like they did a good job at appealing to the masses because I'm pretty sure Xbox sales started doing good in Japan now too.
they're doing decent. Yeah, they're doing better than the Xbox One. They've already outsold, I think, what they did sold in
Yeah.
Xbox One already. So, and it's the Series S because everybody's buying the Series S. But you know, the Steam Deck is also selling like crazy in Japan too because handheld.
Naruto's funny.
What
He
are
says
you?
Xbox will blow up one day, and I will watch the bandwagon crawl back. Halo 6 going to save us.
I mean,
Pretty
that's
cool.
what's killing them. It's like you have one of your biggest games ever flop on
Flop.
you.
Yeah.
Like it's just because I remember I was like, "Oh, Halo Infinite will go crazy," and then when it didn't,
Yeah.
and I was sitting there like, you know what? How much is a PS5?
Yeah.
That's exactly
It's
what I did.
PlayStation. Yeah,
So
PS5 is
so
like 400 bucks, 500
bro,
bucks. Yeah.
so Call of Duty stopped being exclusive on Xbox, Black Ops 2. So it was over 10 years that Call of Duty has been on. That was 2015.
Yeah, because Black Ops 3
No,
was PS3
no, it was
or PS4. I mean,
20.
sorry.
No, it was Black Ops 2.
Yeah,
Is
Black
what
Ops 2 was the
so
last
that was on
one.
PS3.
Yeah, Black Ops 2 was the
Yeah.
last one, and then
So it was
when
a PS3 day. So ever since then, it was like it was
it's
it
when
was
it's when they announced
PlayStation. It was COD.
Ghost. Yeah, when they announced Ghost, that's when they came over to PlayStation. Like look up I can't open a browser on my freaking
I do
thing
remember
because
when Ghost
Discord
came
does
out.
that. Yeah, Ghost wasn't that great.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Yeah, I was ashamed. That was the only Xbox One game I bought, and yeah, it was bad. Wasn't a fan. You only had like 8 people in a map per map or something like that. Like it was bad. But Battlefield 3 on the other hand, or Battlefield 4 was actually not that
No,
bad.
yeah, Battlefield 4. Yeah,
Yeah, I
was
played
a
that
Knife King.
nonstop. Yeah, but yeah, going to that. Has anybody tried or seen Trinity Trigger at all?
No.
No.
So
I saw a little bit.
So yeah, it's heavily inspired by Secret of Mana. The art style looks pretty dope. It reminds me of trying to think, who is it?
It's the pixels, isn't it? It's the
Is
one
it-
with pixelated people.
No, they're not pixelated.
No,
They're
it's like what was that? Rune Factory.
yeah,
kinda
kind
like
of
Rune Factory?
similar like that. But the like character art, like portraits when they're talking, is like the art style is kind of like Final Fantasy Tactics and stuff like that, like the kind of art style that they use for
Mhm.
there, or Final Fantasy 12 rather. It looks pretty good. So it's based off of Secret of Mana. It's an action RPG. It's like Zelda, except that you do like rolling, kind of like Tunic, I guess. That would be like the most modern one, but of course more actiony. And it looks pretty cool. I highly recommend checking it out. Comes out again April 25th, which is what, like Tuesday? Yeah, comes out Tuesday, so very soon. PS4, PS5, Steam, and Switch. So definitely check that out. And then a little bit more of small news. Sony buys Firewalk Studios, which I believe they were already making a game exclusive to PlayStation. And now I guess Sony just decided to go ahead and buy them out. So
Yo, that's gonna hurt Xbox though. I don't think they should do that.
yeah, and it's funny
Like-
it's funny because Sony's on one hand complaining about Microsoft buying somebody, and then they're like buying up other
They're like, it's okay when
studios.
we do it though.
Yeah.
So-
That wasn't us.
Yeah,
It's like,
exactly.
Hey, not as I do.
Exactly.
Like-
And you know
I
what's
just need this whole
funny?
thing to be over.
Do you guys know who made Firewalk Studio?
No.
No? Nobody?
Hmm.
Mike, do you know who made Firewalk Studio?
no.
It's all ex Bungie employees.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, true.
Crazy.
I
So
see.
you-
I see where you're going with this now.
Maybe they can actually make a good game now. I don't know.
Yeah.
So,
So
like,
Yeah, but
So you
isn't
know-
Sony buying them? So like, just forget Xbox, right?
yeah, I mean, basically that's what it is.
Well-
It's like, oh, we got Bungie and ex Bungie employees, and what they're gonna close down Firewalk Studios and just tell them to go back to Bungie or something. Like, you know, we're like, all right, we need a Halo. We're not gonna call it Halo though. We're gonna call it, I don't know, what's another shape that's like a Halo rectangle? Yeah,
But isn't that
Trapezoid,
what everybody's
like-
scared of?
Yeah,
Changing
yeah.
it-
We're gonna call
changing
it
anything.
Pentagon.
ring.
I don't know.
yeah, Ring. Yeah, it's gonna be called The Ring, and then they're gonna get copyright infringement. and
No,
all
you know
that.
how you bring back the Halo franchise?
How
You make a Halo 3 remake.
Halo 3 remake.
That's how you bring it back, boy.
You remake it.
Yeah.
Yo,
I mean,
I
they-
know we've
Yeah.
been trash, but watch this.
I
mean-
guarantee you the 343 will mess that up somehow.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, I don't know if I have faith in that. Like, I mean, technically they did Halo 1 and 2 was not that bad, the remake of them. But like Halo,
They were great. I was just like trash talking because
Yeah.
like they literally haven't they themselves haven't put out an original Halo IP that was good.
yeah, that's true.
Like
Like,
4 was trash, 5 was trash, Infinite was like had potential, and then it ended up being trash.
yeah,
I remember staying up all night for 5 Guardians, man. And I remember that sorry opening. That blank screen with that ship. I was sitting there, I was like, for real?
oh, but yeah, Sony's buying out studios. You know, I just don't get them. They're complaining about Microsoft buying Activision Blizzard, and yet they bought that studio. They bought Jade
Did you see
Raymond's
the
studio.
news
About what?
about Nintendo? Like the FCC subpoenaing Nintendo to check out the deal that Microsoft gave them about the 10-year Call of Duty thing.
Really?
And
I
then,
did not see that.
Nintendo's being like, nah, like we're not gonna show you. Like,
Yeah. Probably
hilarious.
not. We're like, hey, we'll allow Master Chief and Smash if you just go ahead and side with
They're big
us.
enough.
Like,
They're big enough.
yeah, that's true. And then Nintendo had an indie showcase, which I didn't watch because the last time I watched, no offense to like indie developers, the last few indie showcases were just not my cup of tea. But they did announce the release date to Bomb Rush Cyberpunk, which for those of you who don't know, that is a what's the game I'm thinking of? I completely forgot now.
It's a radio, I think.
Yes, Jet Set Radio.
There we go.
Spiritual successor, which is made by the creator, I believe, of Jet Set Radio. And that comes out August 18, 2023, which I'm actually excited for because Jet Set Radio was actually pretty fun on the Dreamcast. I really like that. Have you guys played Jet Set Radio? Any of you guys?
I have.
Oh yeah,
It's a
Oh,
pretty
when I haven't
Dreamcast,
played it
man.
since I was a jit, bro.
yeah.
Dreamcast.
It's a really fun, like, I don't know, what would you qualify that game as? Like,
Different, bro. It's its
Yeah.
own genre.
Yeah,
like-
that's his own thing pretty much at that point.
came out at a time when games were unique, right? Not every game had a genre, was part of a genre. They all had like their
Or
own
there
thing going
wasn't
on.
that much money.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, and I feel like that's what. But when in today's world, when all that anybody cares about is the money, like how it's hard for them to thrive. That's why we have that hi-fi rush situation.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. It's when corporate took over the video game industry. Mike puts it in the best way. He always says that. It's like when corporate took over the video game industry, that's what ruined it all. And like the only people that we have kind of is like Nintendo, because their games, they still come out to be fun. Like they'll release a game. It might not sell well, but they'll still release it. You got Mario Strikers and things like
It might
that.
not be finished.
Like that. I mean, well, usually their games are
Mario
pretty
Golf
finished.
wasn't finished.
But like,
Pokemon-
well,
Pokemon
yeah,
Scarlet
there's
and
that.
Violet.
That's true. Scarlet and Violet.
That was
That's technically the Pokemon company, though. So that's like, they don't know how
Nintendo's
to.
money.
That is Nintendo's money, but Nintendo's like, yeah, they're like, we're sorry, guys, but it made us billions, so we're good.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
print money. Yes.
Yeah, but like a lot of their games, like I go back to this day because they're fun and unique, right? You can tell like Pikmin 4. I guarantee you, Pikmin 4 is not gonna make millions and millions, right? But it's still
Oh,
coming out.
it's gonna make millions, but it's not gonna
It's not gonna be like 5
like
million. You think it's gonna make
yeah.
$5 million or
Yeah.
something?
It's gonna be it's gonna be more than that. Like I just don't think it's gonna be like one of the top selling Nintendo Switch games. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I think it's just
It's not
gonna
gonna
like
sell like a Zelda or a Mario.
yeah. I think
Well,
it's
If you're
yeah.
not a
gonna
main title, you're
it's
Yeah.
gonna fade into
not
like
happening.
obscurity. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
After like a
People will still
month.
buy it. It's one of
Yeah.
those cult classics that people love.
Yeah. And, you know, I
Yeah.
appreciate that a lot, you know, versus, you know, it's like, hey,
Well, it's a
gotta
corporate side, bro. They
yeah,
don't want to take risks because risks don't make money like
Yeah.
half the time. You know what I mean? If you
That's
play it
true.
safe, that's where you make money.
That is
But you
true.
know, it depends because sometimes you got to risk it for the biscuit, bro.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like you just got
Because
to
right
take a
now,
chance.
with everyone doing the same thing, you're spending all this money to develop a game that's almost
Look
the
at
same as some
Assassin's
other
Creed,
game,
bro.
and it's just
Yeah,
Them changes
Assassin's
You know,
Creed
like,
is
bro, if you took away all the skin, like you probably couldn't tell which game you were playing. Like, you know, if you
Yeah.
took away the Viking skin or the Egypt skin, or you know what I mean, so you wouldn't know which one it is, dude. Like,
He is not wrong.
Yeah, Naruto says Nintendo loves to fight their fans. That is, I mean, that is true. Like the relationship I have with Nintendo is a love hate. Like I love their games, their IPs, and everything. You know, like Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is looking hot. Like you watch the new trailer for the DLC, and like that's amazing. But it's like at the same time, some of their things are extreme. Like what they did to like that Bowser guy. Like I kind of feel bad for him, but you know, I get it. But like they went all out. They
that's
made
too
sure
far,
that this
bro.
guy,
It's a billion-dollar company, dude.
Yeah.
It's a billion-dollar
He said,
company.
we have you
man.
for life
Like,
now. Thank
yeah.
yeah.
And you know for a fact they did that to him to be an example to anybody else that would try to do that later on.
And nobody's gonna learn, dude.
Yeah.
Piracy is never gonna stop, dude. Like,
Yeah. Well, his thing wasn't more piracy.
Yeah,
It was more
he
he
practically
was
sold like
Yeah.
sold and shit at that point.
he was he was making a business
I
out
don't
of
really-
it.
I'm
Bro,
not
have you been
really
on
concerned
Instagram?
about
You
what
know how
happens.
many
I was
people
about to say
sell modded
Facebook
Switches?
Marketplace. Facebook
Yeah,
Marketplace is wild.
Yeah.
Like I follow at least 10 people on my Instagram that
Mhm.
literally sell modded Switches. Like you literally pay $500 and they'll ship you a modded Switch. You know what I mean? Like, and
Yeah,
it's
I would
with all
never
the
do
games
that.
included.
Not
Yeah.
with Nintendo. There's a lot of things with Nintendo. Like when we make our YouTube videos, I'm always like, yeah, you know, sometimes there's a rumor that comes out. It's like, or a leak. I'm like, I'd rather not make a video at all, you know, because
yeah, you don't want Nintendo to send their
They're
ninjas.
kind
Yeah.
of
They're
they're
family
kind of
friendly to their
crybabies,
core.
man.
Yeah.
I mean
It-
that.
Did you see that that post from the Twitch YouTube streamer DB Geek? He made
No.
like a little. Oh, he made a basically a joke.
Mhm.
That he posted because he works at GameStop,
Mhm.
and they had the cases, the display cases, and he like took a picture. He's like, "Look what I got," you know, like months in advance.
Yeah.
And he posted a fake article on Twitter saying that Nintendo's going after him and they're going to start sending his ninjas.
Oh, really?
to get his stuff. Yeah, and it was just a joke. But then people were getting pissed at him because on the article, he had the name of an actual article that worked for Nintendo Life of an editor. Right?
Oh,
Just
wow.
kind of like make it look authentic.
Yeah.
But you know,
That's-
he apologized. A lot of people just a lot of people took it the wrong
Yeah.
way.
Have you
All
ever
the
because like have
community
you
thought it was
ever
funny. I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah.
Nintendo fanboys, bro, they're a different breed, man.
Well, I mean, with that, that's different because like they're using somebody else's name. Like if it's like an article you make up a fake name, that's different. But using somebody else's name who has nothing to do with it to make it seem legit, I think that's yeah. Like I would not like somebody to make up something and they put my name on it and they think I'm part of that. Like no, man. Like you don't have my.
It depends. It's all about context.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
you can clearly
know.
tell it was fake, right?
Mhm.
The
Yeah.
way the title was of the
Mhm.
article, you can clearly tell it was a joke.
yeah.
'Cause it was-
Yeah,
it was
see,
a
if
joke
it
title.
as long as it's not like slandering the name, I
Mhm.
don't
No.
find an issue with it. You know what I mean? If you're using it for a joke, go ahead, use my
Yeah.
name, man. Like, you know, if you can get a laugh out of people, go for it, bro.
And if you know
You
the
know,
guy
like,
where he took the picture, you know it was out of GameStop. Also,
Yeah.
display case, like it was knocked out.
Yeah. I did not see that, but yeah, that's interesting. That's Nintendo, and you don't mess with Nintendo because their ninjas are real. They're 100%
And their
real.
lawsuits.
Yes, their lawsuits are real too, and you don't probably the worst lawsuits
Lots of
too.
damage.
That's one person I don't want to get sued by.
You go to download Mario, it goes, you have been sued.
Yeah, exactly. That's gonna be your
they
DLC right
just
there.
sued. They just sued. What was that? It was a torrent site. It was what's it called? It was one. It starts with a 1. and it was a torrent
Oh,
site.
I
Oh, it
think I know
was
what you're talking about.
yeah. So they just I'm having a brain fart right now. It'll come to me, but
I have to find that.
it's they just sued the company, and so they just host the site. They can't. Their argument is that they can't control what people put on their
Yeah.
website. But the Nintendo's trying to go after the website, and technically, like you
They'll
can't.
probably
You can
lose
say
that. Yeah.
It's like Twitter. It's like how am
yeah,
I?
Yeah, like you sue
like
Twitter for somebody posting the whole art book of Tears of the Kingdom. Like
right,
you
yeah.
can't do that, you know. Which they're going after people who are they going after the guy who showcased that. Like, did you see that they subpoenaed Discord to tell him who was the guy that
What?
Oh yeah, I've seen
yeah,
that.
they're going after that
Oh
guy
my
too.
goodness.
I'm like, yo, like they just did free marketing right there. Like they just showed the art book and it got people even more hype. Like
Yeah,
I saw some pages of it and I was like, yeah, it's pretty hype, you know.
I think that's just a little too much, dude. Because like you're literally ruining a regular person's livelihood when
Mhm.
y'all are a multi-billion-dollar
Yeah.
company, dude. Like,
Yeah.
come on, have a little bit of because like so if something from Xbox or Sony or something gets leaked, they're just kind of like whatever about it. And then
Yeah.
once it's Nintendo, they're like that, crybaby, like, oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you can't do
Maybe
that
they're
to
bored.
me.
The only thing
Put
I
them
Like,
on the top of the
yeah.
lawn.
why they do that is so they can find who leaked it and close that leak.
Yeah.
No,
'Cause-
That too.
I get why they do
Yeah.
it, but still, you can find out who like did it, and then excommunicate them from whatever access they had. You don't have to like make a spectacle out of it.
Yeah. No, I get that. But yeah, moving on to some of our bigger topics because we are running low on time. Uh, Xbox is working on a franchise that might take a decade to finish. So
Okay.
what
Fallout
we
5.
know is what did you say?
Fallout 5.
Fallout 5, you think so?
Mhm.
Yeah. So all we know about it is it's a franchise that is known.
Fallout 5.
The information was found like during the Activision Blizzard deal. Like so, you know, a lot of stuff has been coming to light with the Activision Blizzard deal. And yeah, I mean, you think it's Fallout 5?
Yeah, because they said it's like a well-known franchise,
Yeah.
and it's not going to be Elder Scrolls 6 because that's probably going to come out in the next like 2-3 years.
Okay.
So the next 10-year game will probably be like something like from Xbox Fallout 5. It's not going to be Halo, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Because Halo is pretty much on the back burner now after like Infinite.
Yeah.
And what other franchises do they have that's well known? Because
I
I'm
can
not
see
really.
it. I can see it because Unreal Engine 5.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like the next game, like Fallout would go crazy. Nuclear explosion, all that on Unreal Engine 5. Like I feel like that would.
Doesn't
Wow.
Have
Xbox
you
use their
seen?
own engine though for like the Bethesda games?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, because
Mm-mm.
I thought they did, but I could be
Mm.
wrong. Yeah.
I mean, they
Have
would
you
probably use
seen?
Unreal Engine 5 just because it's easier to run on like different platforms.
Yeah.
I think a
But
lot of people are making that switch, like too.
Yeah.
well,
There was
some
just that
yeah.
clip too. I don't know if y'all seen that first person clip in Unreal Engine 5.
Oh
There's
yeah,
like
I saw that.
there's
Yeah,
a
that
clip
looks
going
very
around. It's like a
real.
body cam footage, and
Yeah.
it literally looks like real life. Like it's like insane how good the graphics are.
Yeah. I mean, that's if that's real. I know that guy posted it and it's like it's real, and so, you know, a lot of people are saying it's fake. I mean, it could be. How many
I feel
fake
like
games
it's
have been out
real and it
there?
just can't be like utilized yet in a
Yeah.
greater capacity.
Oh no, not like that. There's no way. That's
Yeah.
still like a long ways out. But it's just crazy what the engine itself can do.
Yeah, I mean, some people will go with Unreal 5 because, like you said, it's easy, it's already made, it's already established. While others, like Capcom, was smart. They made the RE engine, it's all in house. So, guess what? They don't have to pay Epic for anything. Everything's in house, so they kind of make all profit. Because that's the other thing. If you use Unreal, you got to pay Epic for that stuff. But it'd be interesting because I thought Bethesda used their own engine for their games. But I guess we'll have to wait and see. But so Mike thinks it's Fallout 5. What do you guys think?
I can't think of any other Xbox exclusive that's well known.
I have
Because
one.
Yeah.
you
I
have
have,
one.
yeah, I have one, but I'll wait till what everybody else says.
Well,
They're kind of lacking in the
I
exclusivity.
can't think of anything else. So
The only reason why I had an
Go on,
Xbox
Mike.
was for Halo.
Halo.
The only
That's it.
for some reason the only thing I thought of was Red Dead, but like that's not exclusive.
That's
That's not.
not. Yeah.
No.
It's not
That's just a
exclusive.
go
I'm like,
game.
yeah.
All right. So my thought here is I said Bethesda. It's Fable, and they
I
showed
don't think
us.
that's going to be 10 years.
You don't think so? I think
No.
I don't.
They released it
made-
like 3-4 years ago already. You think it's going to take 15 years to make it? Like,
Yeah. They had the teaser trailer.
yeah.
So I
Well,
mean, they said it
announced
could make
remakes,
10 years
but
to
they're
make
remaking it.
a Fable remake.
Yeah, wasn't there?
I didn't-
I swear.
I know they announced a
yeah,
new
remake.
Fable game. They announced a new
Yeah.
Fable game, by I believe it's turn 10. I think it's turn 10, or it might be whoever does the Forza Horizon games. That studio is working on Playground Games. There we go.
Okay.
They announced it from them, but like we haven't seen anything since then. And that was like when the Series X, like right before the Series X launched. So if let's say they just started working on the game, that could take about 10 years. We might not see it till the end of the Series X lifespan.
I don't think it's Fable.
You don't think so?
Yeah. I mean, they already announced that there's coming out with a new game. It's not going to take them 10 years to come out.
I feel like Fallout's more profitable.
If they started working on it like right now, I still don't think it would take 10 years.
You don't think so?
Yeah. So the only reason, so here's my thing with, so Bethesda only works on one game at a time.
Yeah.
So they're not done with like they're not done with Elder Scrolls yet. They're not even close. So that's going to be what, like maybe three-ish years, probably more like 4, because they said like it's like a 2025 2026 release. So then they're going to start working on Fallout 5, and development on that's probably going to take like 6-7 years. You know what I mean? Like, so.
Well, they're saying the development for this franchise will take a decade to finish. That means from start to finish is going to be 10 years. That's what the article was implying. Or I
don't think there's ever been a game that's taken 10 years to make.
Final Fantasy 15.
Final Fantasy 15.
Yeah, but
Cyberpunk didn't it take Cyberpunk 10 years to make?
No, Cyberpunk didn't take 10 years. No.
Yeah, that was less than that.
Exclusive.
It took them like Xbox 7.
Either.
What is it?
Like that.
I said it's not exclusive to Xbox either, isn't?
Oh
no, we're talking about like what game has taken 10 years. And like Final Fantasy 15 is really the only one I can think of.
Like bad management either, because those games should have came out like a way.
Metroid Prime 4 is probably going to be 10 years.
You know, but like 10 years of I like, what game has had like 10 years of solid development time? Like, you know what I mean? Not like, you know, studio mishaps and stuff like that. Like
Kingdom Hearts 3 probably. Like that's probably you know.
Like that's Forza.
But then that wasn't in development for 10 years because they were doing all the side games and stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Like the side games count as like part of the story. Like,
well, yeah, it was Nomura and his team working on that, which a lot of the fake Kingdom Hearts fans don't know that, you know, that Kingdom Hearts 3 didn't start till like the PS4 era. Like when that launched, that's when Kingdom Hearts 3 started.
Yeah.
Because they had like Dream Drop Distance, they worked on that for the 3DS and all that stuff. So yeah. I
don't know.
I get you. I guess we'll have to come back 10 years from now. So we'll have to set a reminder. 10 years from now, we'll do a special.
Crazy. That's crazy. 10 years.
Yeah.
I feel like development cycle on games are taking like way too long, bro. I lose interest.
Because they're telling you about it.
Yeah.
But it's like
before they used to drop. You used to be like, whoa.
So is Xbox still gonna be around 10 years from now? Maybe that's the question to ask. Like,
I think as an online service, yes, but as an actual console,
no.
I actually agree with you there. Yeah, like a little like dongle that you buy for your TV or something like that. Like,
it's gonna be interesting to see where we're at 10 years from now. Like,
I just feel like more people are buying computers, and once you have a computer, you have Game Pass.
Yeah,
like
that's practically me and everyone else.
I agree. I always thought that the future of gaming is going to be outside of like the Switch. It's probably going to be a PC that has a PlayStation launcher and an Xbox launcher, right? PlayStation's going to create their own launcher. You buy their exclusives through there. They'll probably have their own deals, so you can buy the same games on there and so forth. It's going to suck because then you're going to have a launcher for like almost every studio.
Yeah.
Well, I think what has to happen is more gaming needs to go to Linux, because then Sony wouldn't have to pay Microsoft. You know what I mean? Like to use it because Linux is open source.
So I mean, they'll probably do that. Maybe,
they could partner with them.
PS5 is run on an AMD system.
Yeah.
It's
so
it's already easy
AMD system.
The PS5 OS, though, I believe is Linux based too.
Yeah, so theoretically they could get it working at some point.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see. It's gonna be interesting to see, and we'll see when Nintendo does 10 years from now. Like, we'll still have the same Switch 10 years from now.
Yeah, Nintendo will be fine.
Yeah.
They're just chilling.
Nintendo will be the only one that will
make their own business. So it's whatever.
Nintendo back themselves in a corner with
1080p.
Yeah,
I know.
Wait, what'd you say?
In 10 years, Nintendo's be like, "Do y'all want 1080p on your Switch? I got you." I know you've been playing at 720. I know the screen's brighter.
Are gonna go crazy.
Meanwhile, the iPad is already at 4K, bro.
Yes.
Oh man, that's funny. And the last bit of news that we got to talk about, Street Fighter 6, which we mentioned a little bit earlier. Man, all right, Street Fighter 6 is looking amazing. That game, that story mode, the world tour, like hopefully everybody gets to see that little what do you want to call it, Kakarot showcase? Yeah,
It
I like.
was-
Oh,
I watched
that-
the showcase. I downloaded the demo. I already started playing it.
Wait,
it's
there's a demo?
There was
Yeah, there's a
absolutely
demo
no
on
reason for me to
PlayStation.
watch it because
On
I
PlayStation.
haven't played a Street Fighter game since like the Genesis, bro.
You should have
Like,
watched it, man. You should have watched it.
I'm not into it, bro. Like I just can't, dude. Like everything I've seen, I'm just not into fighting games, dude.
I
Bro,
love
so-
fighting games, but I've never played Street Fighter.
So, because I really wanted you to watch it, because I wanted to ask you if this showcase changed your mind. Because the one thing I really like is World Tour, and what World Tour is doing is creating like an RPG experience in World Tour. So in a story mode. So like you go around the cities, you go to different countries, and you're just running the streets, and like these guys will come up to you and run up to you, and then basically you get into an encounter, and then the screen changes, and you're like in a think like Tales of Arise, right? If a
Yeah.
monster were to come up to you, the screen changes, you get to fighting. Same kind of concept there, but instead of it being like swords, you're fighting with fists, and it looks really dope. Like you create your own character, you find a teacher, you learn moves from them, and then you can go to other teachers and learn different moves from them. There's like a bunch of like side quests.
I'm gonna watch you play
reminded
it,
me of
and then I'm
Xenoverse.
gonna see like how I feel about it. Cause like honestly, like I just can't get hyped
Yeah.
for it. I don't know.
What
Like
were you
It
saying?
kind of
NPSensei?
reminds me of
Hmm?
what was it? Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks.
Okay,
Where
Ooh, yeah,
it
I
was
could
kind
see
of
that.
where it was basically like that, where
That's a
you
good
had a
comparison.
world that you ran around.
I think you
and you
Sensei,
learn moves from different characters.
you said
Yeah.
Xenoverse Sensei. You said
Yeah,
you
I
reminded you
also
of
said
Xenoverse.
Xenoverse.
I was
Yeah,
gonna say,
because
me
that's
too.
exactly what you did. You go
Yep.
around, you could go to Broly, learn from him, and then use his moves, get it leveled up, everything else.
Yep. I actually 100% agree with that, because like the whole basic setup of this, it looks a lot like not looks, but reminds me a lot of Xenoverse.
Mhm.
Yeah, and it's cool. You get same thing like in Xenoverse, you can get different gear that messes with your stats and stuff like that. Same exact thing. So you'll be able to get different clothes and stuff like that, and it messes with your stats. It might give you better defense, better attack, and so forth.
I just
There's-
hope their actual story
there
mode
are
is
other
good,
fighting
though.
games that
Yeah.
did that. Not the whole world where you can like learn other moves, but you
Mhm.
could get different gear to like
Mhm.
change your character. I think it was Virtual Fighter.
I
It
haven't
was-
played like the only virtual
it's a
fighter
fighting
game I
game.
played was the PlayStation, like the one that was on PlayStation Plus like a while back. That's the only one I played.
Yeah, it was Virtual Fighter. Not virtual,
Yeah,
but
or Virtua, yeah.
Virtua Fighter.
Yeah, I
They
never knew
did
that.
that where you could buy like costumes for your character and it adds like stats to
Hmm.
them too.
I did not know that. That's pretty cool. But yeah, I mean the game is looking amazing. Do you guys think it's enough to convince non-fighting game players like Mike to play? You think if Mike sees
I-
the
I'll
gameplay,
tell
he'll
you what.
be-
I'll tell you what. Right.
yeah,
We'll do a dual stream when it comes out, and I'll play it with you. And then
sounds
like
good.
we'll see. I'll tell you if like I can get into it.
Probably for
Like,
the
like
world fighting portion, maybe not the actual like arcade style
Yeah.
fighting portion.
The thing is
Here's-
to get them to buy it.
yeah.
I don't know.
Here's
Because-
the problem I
yeah.
have with that, because like, okay, you entice them to do this part of the mode, but they're still paying $60 for the full game. They're not going to
Yeah.
fully enjoy the full game itself. So for them, they'll buy it probably at a cheaper price, maybe like $30 or
Mhm.
something like that, right?
Yeah.
So
See, at the end of the day, fighting games, like when they were at their peak, it's because you were sitting down next to somebody, like one of your
Exactly.
friends or anything
Yeah.
like that, and then you're going, you can have fun. It wasn't competitive.
Yeah.
Now it's like if you get a fighting game, it's because you want to win. If you're not winning, you're losing.
That's true.
No one likes to lose.
If you're
one
not
likes to
first, you're
lose, especially if
last.
you're not used to it.
Take and bake,
Exactly.
boys.
It's also one of the one
know.
of those things too, is that if you really want to truly enjoy a fighting game, you really need to like know like its meta mechanics and like in the frame data and crap, you know.
Yeah.
Well, that's
And
the thing.
that's something
And they do
that's
tell
something you
you.
want to be passionate about, you know.
Yeah.
Well, the new Street Fighter, they have different fighting modes for like on how you want to play. So they have a way to like you can do single button like special moves, almost kind
Oh,
of
like 3D edition.
Oh
Street
yeah.
Fighter 3D
Yeah.
edition.
Yeah,
Smash.
like
I feel
exactly
like
like
it's the most
that.
beginner friendly.
Yeah. Exactly like the 3DS version,
Yeah,
like
Street
which
Fighter
is pretty
4 3D
cool.
edition. Oh my god, it was ridiculous.
The
But I feel
mobile
like they
version of
have
Street Fighter
that.
has the same thing too.
I feel like the skill cap on the game is good. Like I feel like because they have such an easier mode, that the skill cap on the game is going to be way up here when it comes to technical.
Well,
Like so,
so Fighters, I believe, has two fighting modes. You can play against people who have that turned on and people who don't. Correct me if I'm wrong. I haven't played Fighters in a minute. But I thought they did.
Neither
They
have
had
I.
two different modes where you can play people who have like a high, like who are using the easy mode where it does the combos for you, or you can play people who are actually knowing how to do the combos. So I mean, I guess we won't know. I guess we'll have to figure that out when that comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I downloaded the demo. I already started playing it.
Yeah, it's
Not cool.
I'm gonna get the demo when it comes on April 26th for all platforms on PC. So
yeah, it kind of sucks. Yeah, it's PlayStation first for the demo, and then you gotta
Yeah, I
wait
know.
wait a
Yeah,
week.
my capture card, like
Hold
I
on, I
said.
think that's gonna hurt Xbox.
Oh man, that's funny. What were you saying about your capture card?
Oh no, I said like my capture card, like I'm having that issue, so I haven't touched my PS5 and I don't know how long.
Yeah, you gotta double check that because Mike. I just remember too. Mike also does the same thing because he has a capture card and he has a cam link for his
I don't
for
know
his
if it's like my
webcam.
processor or anything like that. but-
What processor do you have?
i9.
Oh yeah, you shouldn't
you
have
should
that
be good.
issue. Yeah, because I'm
Hmm.
running something less than you. Like, yeah.
Are you running an internal or external capture?
External.
Okay.
That's yeah. I have
That it
internal,
might be
so
the
I have no
issue.
idea.
Yeah, I have internal capture as
Oh,
well.
you have internal.
So yeah, that might be the issue because it's. I read something about the plugins and everything else, something about the 3.0 and the readings. So I might just need to buy an
Yeah.
internal one.
Yeah, I mean you're directly into a PCI slot, so your late like the read
Mm.
and latency is gonna be way better.
Interesting. I did not know that. So yeah, I wonder if that fixes the issue, then that's gonna be interesting. I'm gonna see if I can look up some stuff for you too. See if we can find that out.
Appreciate it.
But yeah, that brings us to video game 20 questions. Let's see, Ash, let us know when you're ready. And then, like I said, Sensei, so the point of the game is basically, and for everybody watching out there, is we have to guess the game. We could only ask yes or no questions. And yeah, that's about it. And we have 20 questions to guess. We have 19 questions to guess it, rather. And then the last question has to be a guess. So last time, Mike and Fan won after their two-time losing streak against me. So we kind of rotate. Whoever loses, then you pass on to the next person. So it's pretty fun. Sensei, what's it going to take for you to be on the podcast? Because I think you bring some flavor to the podcast. It's like you bring a different take, and I like it. I like it. Like we're all unique. We're all unique. Like Mike has his take. Fan does. Ash too. Yeah. I know. We got to have you on the podcast more often. High five. Yeah, there we go. I think we all who votes for Sensei to be a part of the podcast team.
Yeah,
I can stop by, bro.
Yeah.
No problem. I don't shoot on Sundays anyway.
Yeah,
So just it kind of works out.
There we go. We got Sensei part of the podcast.
Okay, I'm ready to go.
Ready to go? All right. Let the questions begin. Sensei, you get the first question. You get the first question.
Ooh, okay, I'm about to fail, but let's go.
The way we do it
Yeah.
is we try to like narrow down like a time frame,
Yeah.
or like a genre or something, you know what I mean? Like, and go from there.
Let's see. And I have to like get around it, right?
So yeah,
I have to ask the question.
Yeah, you ask the question.
Yes or no questions about what game.
It's just it has to be yes or no. Yeah.
Let me not. Can someone else go? I'm not good.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay, Ash. So, did the game come out before 2010?
No.
Okay.
So newer game.
So it came out.
Okay. Did it come out after 2015?
No.
Okay, so it's between 2010 2015. All right, bet.
So we got a 5-year window right there. Okay.
Should we check on the console? Should we ask? Is it
multi-platform?
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah.
Is it multi-platform?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, the hard ones, bro. Those are always the difficult ones.
We ask, is it multi? Go ahead.
Is it an FPS?
No.
There you go.
Do that?
Okay. Yeah.
Should we ask, is it multi-generational?
You're getting the idea.
Should we ask if it's multi-generational?
Oh, like on
like PS4, PS5? Because like, for example, because there's few games that are only like PS5 and Series X only, like Gotham Knights or something like that. Actually, no, never mind. That'll be a waste of question.
It's between 2010 and 2015. So.
Yeah.
Oh no, he said. Oh wait, did you say they come out after 2015?
2010 and 2015.
No, before.
Oh, and he said no, right?
What's up? No, I said that I asked if it came out after 2015, and he said no.
I said no.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought you said did it come out before? Okay,
no one's
never mind.
Confused. I was like, whoa, wait a minute.
Yeah, I got confused. Okay.
So the time frame is like 2010 to 2015.
Yeah.
So that's like
So I think
Wii U,
I think a good question would be to narrow down like if it
What?
came out like before 2013 to get like the Xbox One and PS4 and stuff out of it, because that's the year that those came out.
Oh my goodness, that's so long ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and chat, if you guys can tune in too, you can give us like suggestions of what questions to ask, and also research these games. So it is kind of like a cheat code there, but doesn't always work into favor.
Yeah, go and ask that, Mike. That's a good one.
So you want to do like before 2013 or after 2013?
I'd say after.
So did it come out after 2013?
No.
Okay, so it's got to be a PS3 game then.
Yeah, it's a PS3, 360.
Xbox 360.
I think Nintendo DS too, technically.
We didn't ask if it's portable.
Yeah.
Did we ask if it was multiplayer or not? We did,
No,
right?
we didn't.
No.
No.
No, it's multi-platform, but not
Yeah.
multiplayer.
Yeah.
Want to ask that?
Yeah, is it multiplayer?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So it's a multiplayer game.
So it's a multiplayer game, not shooter.
Is it
Right.
is it
Multi-platform.
is it a RPG?
No.
Ooh.
Multiplayer.
My head's on like League.
Is it is the game was the
Best
game
of.
developed in Japan?
Yes.
Okay, so it's a Japanese game. So
Or at least Japanese developer.
Yeah, or Japanese developer. So
Yeah.
Capcom, Street Fighter, it could be Street Fighter.
It is we
Resident
could ask
Evil?
if
Multi-platform.
It could be Resident Evil.
But was Resident Evil yeah,
What-
but was it multiplayer though?
What about Dark Souls?
we can just ask if it was developed
Oh,
by
it could be
Capcom.
Dark Souls. Well, you said
No,
is
Dark
it an
Souls was Sony
RPG?
exclusive.
Did you ask if it was an RPG?
Now it's multi-platform
Yeah.
though.
Yeah, he
Now it's
said no.
multi-platform.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, yeah,
Multi-platform
Sensei,
now.
you can't look it up. You have to go based off just in case. Yeah, you have to go
no,
based
I-
off of
This
what
pure knowledge, got you.
yeah.
David, we're looking for a game that came out between 2010, 2013. It's multi-platform. It's multiplayer. It's not a
not
first-person
FPS.
not FPS and not JRPG.
Oh,
It's
after
from a
after we
Japanese
do
developer.
after we do this, we got to answer Naruto's question. He was asking how do we feel about Naruto Connect. So we'll say that right before we end the podcast.
Definitely. I've definitely got a couple of things about that game, but yeah. Let's continue.
Mhm.
How many questions have we asked already?
You have asked 8 questions.
Okay.
So practically you got 11 questions left.
11 questions and a guess. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You guys want to go with by developers? Like, is it Capcom, Konami?
Yeah,
Well,
I was
maybe
gonna
not
say
Konami.
we can ask if it was developed by Capcom and stuff.
Yeah, because
Okay.
I'll knock out a couple.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, go for it.
Well, yeah, was it developed by Capcom?
Yes.
Okay.
Hmm.
So Resident Evil 5 or 6, Street Fighter. Those are the only 2 games I can think of that were multiplayer from Capcom
Not
at that
Marvel
time.
versus Capcom, right?
Oh yeah, there's Marvel vs. Capcom.
Yeah.
I forgot about that too. So we can ask this is a fighting game. You want to ask that?
Yeah. Is it
Yeah.
a fighting game?
Yes.
Oh.
That narrows it down.
Yeah, so it's probably
So-
Marvel vs. Capcom.
Yeah, Marvel's Capcom.
Is
Yeah.
it
Because Street Fighter 4
Is
came out
there-
before then.
You also
is
got
there
Capcom versus Cross Tekken, but did it come out around 2013?
Yeah, Street Fighter Cross Tekken. Yeah, it could have.
you can
Well,
ask if there's
well-
multiple in the series as well.
Or how about ask if there's Marvel characters in it?
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go.
Is there Marvel characters in it?
Yes.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So, but which one wasn't there? Marvel vs. Capcom 3, and wasn't there
There's-
Ultimate? There's Ultimate as well.
Yeah.
Was Ultimate
There's-
around at that time?
Yeah, I thought so. I could be wrong, but I thought so.
I remember 3 distinctly.
Yeah, because Ultimate did
Is-
come out
is
on
it-
3.
Is it the third in the franchise?
The question you're asking me, or
Yeah.
yes.
So it's Marvel vs. Capcom 3, but is it Ultimate or regular?
Is Ultimate in the title of the game?
Or is it like the Mortal Kombat stuff? It's like it's XXL now.
The Ash. Or well,
So
I
the
guess
question,
let's
Mike-
do something. Let's do something else. Does this game have the same last word as Super Smash Brothers final game.
Oh, yes,
Yes.
yes.
There we go.
Yeah.
You want to do the? You want to get the honors, Sensei?
Marvel versus Capcom Ultimate, or should I put the 3 first?
Yeah,
and then
3.
say Ultimate?
Do you want to
3
say?
Ultimate.
Yeah.
I
There it
will
goes.
take that. It's technically Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. It came out on
Oh,
the
okay.
PS3
It's
and
perfect.
360 on November 15, 2011.
All right.
Mm.
Yes.
So,
Nice
There we
job.
go.
There we go.
That was
Shot.
quick.
Yeah.
We did good.
Yeah,
Hey, that
yeah,
was-
it was
Yeah.
on the spot.
Yeah.
I had to come in with something. I was like, oh, that one.
That was you. That was all you, Sensei, because you're the one that pointed out Marvel vs. Capcom. Because I didn't think about that.
I was trying.
And here he is doubting himself because he only plays mobile games. Look at him.
Yeah. Look
Yeah,
at him.
that's
Yeah.
true. That's true.
You came
I
through.
need to play
Nice.
more.
Nice job. Nice job. So
No
yeah, going
problem.
back to Naruto's question there. How do we feel about Naruto Connect? Cash
What
grab.
is that?
It
Cash
is. It's basically the Naruto,
Naruto
Ultimate
Storm games
Ninja,
with,
yeah,
like-
Ultimate Ninja Storm games 1 through 4, just resold.
I don't think it matters because it's gonna sell.
Straight up,
Yeah.
the only unique
Yep.
thing they have for the game is retelling the Asura and Indra story and stuff.
Yeah, and their
And that's
DLC
it.
characters. Yep.
Yeah, that's it.
As long as they do what 2 was doing, forget what 4 was doing, forget what 3 was doing. As long as they go back to what 2 was doing, I don't care how boring it was walking. Because Demon Slayer did the same thing.
I love what 2 was. I agree
love
with
the
you.
exploration,
Yep.
and then they hyped
Exploration's
up the
great.
graphics. I'll be fine. I'll be happy. I mean, it's still gonna lose out to Tenkaichi 4, but you know,
Yeah.
They
Demon
gotta have their
Slayer was also made by CyberConnect too. But yeah, I agree.
Mm.
2, I love 2's walking around and stuff like that. That's very like branded in my, like, when I bought the trilogy, what was the first game I went to? It was 2. Like,
Yeah.
not 1, because 1 wasn't that great. But like 2, loved it, and the music, that menu theme and everything. Oof, I
Looking at
just
some of
loved
the
how they,
trailers, some of the maps are in there now.
yeah, it's.
Mm-hmm.
But they have their own story, a Boruto story. It's an original story, so it doesn't tie it to the anime or manga.
Maybe it'll be better.
They added
hope
maybe,
it
right?
opens good.
Oh,
I hope it's good.
yeah.
Please, something.
I mean,
they
I watched,
added
like, a dozen seasons of Boruto, and then I just quit. I'm like,
I
can't
couldn't.
anymore. I couldn't. I'm
I've
done.
tried. I just want to know why it was Boruto fighting what's his name? I don't remember his name because I stopped
Name starts
watching.
with a K.
Is it start with K? I don't know.
Because
You
the
see-
only name I could think of was Kawaki.
Kawaki. Yes, you're right. That's what it
Yeah,
is.
so-
People who didn't watch Naruto know who Madara is. That's all you got to know. It's like we don't watch more. We don't know any of the characters.
Yeah.
No one's spotlighting right now.
Yeah, like I don't know.
So,
Yeah, I only know Boruto and Sarada, and that's it. And I forgot Mitsuki, who's well, I don't want to spoil that. I mean, is it
Yeah,
a
I know what
spoiler?
you're
Is it
talking
a spoiler if
It's
nobody
not re-
watches
it's really
it?
Not.
Like,
It's,
you know,
it's really not. They gave
my
out
whole-
all
my
the children.
well, my friend just literally did like a whole spoiler dump for me because I wanted him to do it, and
Yeah.
I was like,
Mm.
and then after I heard everything, I was like, okay, totally different than OG Naruto cast, so I can deal with it. And this is when it started to get good, like
Mm.
just now in either the
Yeah,
manga
the
or
most
the anime.
recent
I'm not too sure.
chapters.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So, but yeah, it's interesting. I like it.
yeah, I guess we'll have to wait and see how that goes. They did announce also Sasuke and his form. They call it the Shadow Hokage or something like that, like whatever he is. Because remember, Naruto considers him as the other half of the Hokage because he's out there doing stuff. So like, yeah, I think that's what his form, like what his thing is called. And it's just basically how he looks in Boruto. There's nothing
Basically, what
special.
Naruto and Sasuke are right now is what Madara and the first Hokage,
Oh yeah,
Hashirama,
yeah,
Yeah.
could have been
what they
if
were.
they were actually friends.
yeah.
Like if it worked
true.
out, that's exactly what Naruto and Sasuke are now.
Honestly, they should have just like make games to expand upon like the non-movie canon movies and
Mhm.
stuff. One of my favorites was the Road to Ninja Naruto one because everything was a bit flip-flop for the characters, and it was interesting. It was a different take. It was unique in his own sense, you know.
Which one was
so
that
I feel-
one?
I think it was called Road to Ninja. Naruto
Yeah,
should put
I
in
mean,
Road
like,
to Ninja.
yeah. Which one was that? Was that like the ending where it shows, like, how it's all about Naruto and what's her name? Oof,
I
why
don't
can't
think so.
remember her name?
It was more like Naruto
Hinata.
was in like a it was like if you they were like in a different dimension and like the different characters to took on different personalities. or,
Oh,
like,
okay, I know
different
which one you're talking
versions.
about.
They were,
Yes,
like they're different versions of themselves, pretty much.
Where he-
which
it-
I was like, cool. And Naruto had a different name. I think it was like Menda or something like that. I think I don't know.
Mm.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
I remember that one. Yeah, that one was pretty good. Yeah,
Yeah,
I guess
so, like,
we'll see. Oh, they also have Naruto in his like that full. I don't know what they call it, that like full QB form. The one that if he uses that form, that
Shoot.
Boreon mode.
Boron mode. Yeah,
yes,
that's when he used
Mhm.
that mode, and like after that, he literally lost Kurama. Which
Yeah,
Kurama, yeah.
I
I'm
hated
sad.
that. I
I'm
hated
sad.
it. Oh my goodness. Why
Yeah,
did
well,
Boruto
they had to
do
figure
this?
out a way how to make
Have to
Naruto
nerf him.
weak, so
Nerf
that
him,
exactly so Boruto can be.
and then every Boruto fan goes like, "No, man, it's hype. It's hype. Like,
Yeah.
why? They're nerfing my character. I
Well,
watched him get there."
okay, like hear me out.
They
Legit,
really
before
nerfed
the
him like that, bro.
Yeah, they
Like,
did.
come
before
on, they
things started
should
getting
just stop
good.
the series.
Yep.
Listen. You had to agree with me
Kaguya
on this.
ruined it.
No, NP. Before things started getting good, they were literally using the old Naruto cast to do cool crap right in front of the new generation for like I don't know how long.
Because when the
So
new
at that
generation
point, they
popped up,
had to
they
nerf
used
them
the
so they could
mechanics.
stop using it.
It's like the iPad kids. I was like, "Oh no, oh no, not my boys."
Like legit, the biggest fight I always people post on Twitter is like, the same fight where it's Naruto and Sasuke versus Momoshiki. I'm like, bro, I get it.
Mhm.
Same fight over
It's
and
so
over
hype.
again. I get it. That's the only thing good about Boruto. I get it.
I mean, that is the
Literally.
only, yeah, it is the only hype moment in Boruto. That's
Which
it.
is
Everything
why,
else,
like I said, they had to nerf him so that way they have no reason to
But
use him.
even when they nerfed him, it's still one of the most hypest moments. It's with Naruto. So it's just like, okay.
oh man.
Sure.
But yeah, those are our thoughts on that game. I mean, I guess we'll see like if the new content is good enough.
It's not gonna fail. That's all I know.
Yeah, I agree. Like I might pick it up regardless.
Yeah,
If
it's such a big
anything-
IP that people will still buy it.
If anything, I always keep a close eye on the community for the Storm games and stuff. And one of the biggest things they want is obviously the really good netcode for the game, along with other things like balances. I mean, that's for every
Yeah.
fun game, obviously. But the netcode for the Storm games were typically trash, so they're
Yeah.
hoping that they might improve upon that by adding rollback or some crap like that. So
But
Y'all
yeah,
might
they
not
need
know
something
this,
like
but
that.
Shinobi Strikers is still getting DLC.
I saw that. I
And
mean,
nobody I know plays it like at
Nope.
all in my social sphere at all. And
I know
they
one
are
person, but
kicking
that's it.
it. They are kicking it. I'm like, yeah,
they just
y'all love
added
Naruto.
Minato, right? They just add him
Yeah,
as
like,
DLC. I saw that.
I was like, I don't even know how. When Jump Force closed, I was like, to me, it had the same appeal. I was like, all right.
yeah, Jump Force. The only reason I wanted to get Jump Force just to play as Kaiba. I just thought it was funny Kaiba beating
Dude,
everybody.
I
like-
had, bro. I wish it was just like the one before J Star's Victory.
J
Force.
Star's
That
Victory
was
was cool.
actually a
That
good
was so
J
good.
Star J
Yeah.
Jump game, or even before anything before Jump Force was good. I don't know
Yeah.
what they did with Jump Force.
That art
Like,
style was
It
abysmal.
was just I know they're trying to be realistic, but that's not the sort of thing you can
Yeah, I
put,
don't like
put
that.
on these types of characters, bro. Like, come on.
The Detective
And
Pikachu
the story was
movie.
terrible. Like, I'm pretty sure nobody remembers what happened in that, right? Like,
There was also a shonen game that was like Smash Bros. That was on the GameCube, and it was so you play like Smash Bros. You had platforms
It
and
was like the
everything.
side,
Yeah.
side scroll.
yeah, I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
I think it was still I think it was
It was still
still I was
J-Stars.
either
It
called
was-
Jump Stars or J Stars still. I think.
It
Yeah.
was still called one of those. Yeah.
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 And fun fact too, there was also a Tales of side scroller for PSP that was like that, like Smash Bros. And that one was actually really good.
I actually
Yeah.
remember that. Yeah.
It was Japan only, but it was dope. My brother used to play it all the time, and I was like, yeah, it was pretty dope. But yeah, that's all the time we have for today. Appreciate everybody who showed up. Sorry about the anime talk here. I know we're not an anime podcast, but it kind of blends in together there. But yeah, like I said, don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube. We are trying to hit that 400 subscriber goal. Also forget to follow us over here on Twitch. We do stream 4 days out of the week. 3 of those days are basically just video game streams. So like, I have a stream, Mike has a stream day, and then on Fridays we do a group stream. This Friday we got the retro relay race, so come out, support the channel, watch us race to the end. We're going to be playing a bunch of retro games. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's basically our celebration of having 300 subscribers, technically 250 subscribers, but we're at 300 now, so we're going to celebrate that too. It's going to be me, Fan, Mike, Ash, all coming out there. So yeah, definitely stop by on Friday. We'll be here 7 to 11. Yeah, just having fun. Ash, where can I find you at?
You can find me on the random camera this Friday doing the retro relay race. I'm gonna beat all y'all. Don't forget that. So.
What about you, Mike? Where can I find you at?
Right here, bro. I gotta listen to like this like little trash talk, like they think they're gonna win or something. dude. like for real, dude. I got like 10 years playing these games on you, dog.
Not really. I still play. I played the games when I was an infant. It's all good, bro.
You're an
too,
infant.
bro.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I don't.
Oh,
I
you're a
was the only one that
prodigy,
played with
prodigy
toys.
over here, bro. Like, you know,
I mean,
Oh.
I already
if we
suffer
want to
enough
go
with bumps and
old,
conflicts
man,
with women.
my first controller I picked up, NES. So
Yeah. I
Same.
mean, I don't know what controller I picked up. I picked up something though and
Yeah,
started
you
playing
picked up
games.
something.
Yeah.
GameCube for me.
Turbo graphics.
Turbo Graphics, I love it, man. My dad came over and visited. He was supposed to bring me the Turbo Graphics 16 Express, so I can make a video on it. Because I was like, nobody has this. Like, probably nobody will watch it, but at least I can talk about it. Because I mentioned Turbo Graphics 16 a lot. My Steam Deck video, I mentioned it over there as well. And like, people probably don't even know what I'm talking about, but love that system. But it wasn't my first system. I believe the Super Nintendo was my first system, but I love the Turbo Graphics 16. Amazing machine. Sucks it failed, but amazing nonetheless. Fan, where can they catch you at?
Well, you can catch me here at the Random Encounter, but also on Twitch and YouTube at Phaneckswhy.
NPSensei, where can they catch you at?
I have a YouTube, but I'm still working on it. So it's twitch.tv/NPSensei. I stream every single day except for Saturday and Sunday now. But yeah.
Nice. As always, you can catch me here with the podcast crew. Sensei, are you officially here? You with us or what?
I'll try to make it on some Sundays.
Try to make
I
it
will
some
be-
Sundays?
yeah, some Sundays. Yes, I will.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Yep. Catch me here with Mike, always doing some videos on YouTube, streaming on Twitch, also with Fan and Ash, doing the podcast and all that other good stuff. Once again, thank you, everybody. My name is James from the Random Encounter, and we'll see you guys next time.